Hey First United, I'm Micah Roughton, and I'm here with three of our key volunteers who volunteer at Beachside. We have Lindy Kana, Angie Giannini, and Peggy Hart. And ladies, I'm just going to ask you some questions. Thank you for being here. Let's start out with how you got involved with the Beachside Ministry. Lindy, we'll start with you.
Well, as a new member many years ago, I was just looking for an opportunity to serve in the community, but in a way that I could serve with my 4 young children at the time. And Beachside seemed to be a good fit.
That worked out great. We've loved having all 4 of your kids serve with you.
They've loved it too.
Oh, good, good.
Angie. So I'm Angie. I have a similar story. We have been in the church for a while, but at a time I only had 2 kids, and I think Will and Ann were around 6 and 9, and I saw they needed help for Friday food bag ministry, and I knew that's something that we could do as a family. So I signed up, and we continued doing it during my pregnancy with Jake, and he's going to be 10 in September. So I know that ministry has been going on at least 10 or 11 years now.
And I remember Jake in his little car seat. We had our food bags, and he was right there with us.
Yeah, he's gone from being not much help to being a lot of help.
Oh, right. Now he's a lot of help. Yeah. Yeah. Peggy.
I'm Peggy Hart, and I knew Micah back in the days when we were both at Tomoka. And as guidance counselor, I coordinated a holiday assistance program. So when I retired, Micah said, "Guess what?" And so I became involved with Beachside Ministry, and it's been so rewarding.
Yeah, it's so great that we could be back working together
Right.
again. Yeah. Okay, so my next question is, what is meaningful to you about serving at Beachside? In any order.
Well, I like everything. When I look down the program, I like that, I like that, I like that. But I think my 2 favorites are the laundry baskets. And why? Because cleaning is like not my thing, but I just love the idea that we gather together, get 20 household items, and then give it to 20 families. And I can imagine if I was really strapped for cash, buying cleaning supplies would not be a top priority. So I feel like that's my favorite program.
Yeah. And that was a few years ago. The counselor suggested that because we do it right after Christmas in January, and families are short on cash, and that was a real need for those families. And we tease Peggy because we say, "What's your favorite ministry?" And they're all her favorite. Every single one we do, this is my favorite. She's just like Scott and those Bible verses, right? Everyone's his favorite.
I found it meaningful mostly because I love that it's a ministry that has sort of developed sort of authentically by meeting needs. I just really appreciate that Mike has had communication, and so we know that it's not something where we decide. We have gone to the school and said, "How can we help you?" And it just really, I think that is just, it's knowing that our time and our energy is appreciated by them because we're meeting a need that they have. I like that a lot.
And the need is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you see firsthand the impact,
Yeah.
in all the different ways, with all the different programs, whether it's through the teachers and the things that we do specifically to impact them and the students and the families. It's just so impactful, and
Yeah.
you can see that.
Yeah. It's so appreciated, and they really let us know that. Yeah.
Yeah, we have our standard programs like the angel tree and the jackets, but we're also available for when a house burns down or a teacher's husband is diagnosed with cancer. We discover a family is homeless and living under the bridge. Our team gets active instantly and is really able to help these different families.
Yeah, we step up right away when an emergency arises, and they know that. They know they can call on us for that.
Lots of group chats going back and forth.
Yes,
in a
I'm sure.
flurry.
Right.
Lots of overnight Amazon
Right. Exactly. Other favorite ministries.
Favorite ministries? I personally love the Friday food bags because, as Angie said, it is something that I can do with my family. My grandfather's been visiting from Iowa, and he's rode along and enjoyed the opportunity to kind of see what our impact is in the community. Food insecurity is, it's critical that we address that in our community. No kids should feel hungry on the weekends. So I just, doing the Friday food bags, I love that opportunity. And then I also love the Thanksgiving food bag shopping, where we shop and provide a Thanksgiving meal that the families can prepare. I do that again with my children, and I just think, letting them have that opportunity for a meal over the holidays and is really helpful.
Right, and teaching your children along the way that that's important, and how to reach out to help people in need.
Yes.
And I like the fact that both of you incorporate family members. We're usually, in fact, always in Washington, D.C. for Thanksgiving, but it's become a family tradition that we go shopping the Friday after Thanksgiving, my husband and daughters and I, to get our angel tree clothes. So it incorporates, all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Christmas shopping is what you're referring to with
Right,
the angel tree. So that's also another one that I think we're all very involved in, and really is special to all of us. But providing Christmas gifts for those families in need that aren't able to provide those for themselves,
Right.
and just seeing the difference that we can make at the holidays to make the Christmas more special for those children.
Yeah, and the counselor has said to me numerous times, these families wouldn't have Christmas. Their children would not have Christmas gifts without your help. So that's 100 gifts that our church gives, and we're so grateful for that.
And just to emphasize, we do toys, but we also do clothes. And the kids get warm clothes, jackets, that prepare them for January, February, when we do have some cold spells.
Yeah.
I have my two favorite things are things that bookend the school year, I think. And so one of my favorite things that we do is in August, when school's getting ready to start, is we meet and we write encouraging cards for the teachers. And I love a service project that can be done in the air conditioning and sitting down, and that is one, especially in August in Florida. So we write them all encouraging notes, and then we include gift cards so that the teachers can go out and buy what they need, and that way we can meet the needs they have at the beginning of the school year. And then we also include a bag of chocolates with it. So and that if you want to serve, I'm going to say we're sitting down. It's easy, and there's usually chocolates left over at the end, so there's a reward for the volunteers there too. But that's a lot of fun. One of the things I also really like about it is that we're sitting in a group, and at the end, we have a chance to pray for the students and the teachers for the year ahead, and I just really love that. It's a good start to the school year. So the other thing that I love that we just did a few weeks ago, which is at the end of the school year, we do the Teacher Appreciation Lunch. And so Teacher Appreciation Week, if you're not involved in school, it's usually the second week in May. And so one day, this week we did a Taco Tuesday, so we have a taco bar for the teachers, and we provide them with tacos, we do homemade desserts, drinks, we also give them flour with an encouraging card attached to it, and then that's for all the staff, and the teachers also get a gift card. And so I think it's fun. It's the end of the year, everybody's tired, teachers are tired, students are tired, and so I think it's a nice sort of pick-me-up. It provides anything they might need for supplies at the end of the year too. And I also, one of the things that's fun about that is we always have a really good group of volunteers that are there to serve the lunch. And so the more, as we become more involved in the school and starting to know the teachers, it's just a way of sort of connecting with the staff, and they can see our presence there. And I think that really helps make it a really fun event too.
Yeah, and that both of those events, as a former teacher, I know how much that means and how much those teachers love getting a little extra help to buy supplies in their classrooms, and just the little extra things that make them feel special in a really busy, stressful situation that they are in because they're teachers. Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for all of those wonderful ideas. I would add just a couple of things that are kind of my favorites, although I'm a little bit like Peggy in that they're kind of all my favorites. But I remember one year when we were doing teacher wish lists before we did teacher gift cards, at the beginning of the year, and that was a time when teachers would just make a list of what they wanted for their classrooms, and we would supply them. We would sponsor a teacher and supply those needs. That has turned into the gift cards giving now. But at that time, because we had wish lists for the teachers, I said to the principal at the time, well, what would be on your wish list as a principal? Thinking maybe she might need something for her office or something to make her job a little easier as principal. And she gives me a list of things for the teachers. I guess that's a sign of a really good principal, right? I thought that was so thoughtful of her. And one of the things she wanted for the teachers was at Christmas time, at the Christmas faculty meeting, to have some homemade treats, some home-baked goods for the teachers, just kind of as a way to just take a breath at that busy time of year and just maybe just enjoy the season for a few minutes and know that people were there who cared about them and think they're special. And a couple of years ago, one of the teachers was sitting on a bench by herself at this event, at the Christmas faculty meeting. And I went over and said, she was just all by herself, and everybody else was laughing and having fun, and she was just sitting there. I said, are you doing okay? And she said, well, yes, I am now, but I've had a very stressful day, and I'm just taking this in because I have looked forward all day to this event. So I think that was the idea the principal had in mind, just giving them a little break to take in the season. And then another thing she mentioned, the principal mentioned on her wish list, was large boxes of snacks from
that's right.
And we get those every year in January, kind of mid-year, to just help the teachers with that, because in a school where 80% is living in poverty, 85%, every child's not going to be able to bring a snack for their morning snack. So of course teachers go out and buy those out of their own money. And this was just an attempt to alleviate that for the teachers and to give just some special snacks that all the children would enjoy. So we give them big boxes. Every teacher gets several big boxes for their classrooms, and that it doesn't last all year, but it lasts for part of the year and is a help we're happy to provide. Okay, so anything else you would want to say about our partnership with Beachside?
You know, I would like to encourage, if you're hearing this and it sounds good to you, you know, sign up. Let Micah know that you'd like to participate. I feel like I found my people with this Beachside team, and it's something, an opportunity available to you know, all of us to participate. And there's nothing quite as satisfying as knowing you're really helping others.
Doing something worthwhile.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. It really has been a way that myself and my family has really connected with other members of the church, and just really feel like you've developed these special relationships and got to know everyone, all while making such a difference in the lives of the children at the school.
Yeah, such a win-win. Yeah.
I would just echo the same thing. I think we were talking about, Lindy and I were there talking to the youth about how sometimes it's hard to come into a place when you don't feel comfortable, you don't know people, and service opportunities in the church are just a real fast track to meeting a lot of people. And the bar is low. I have horrible doctor handwriting, and Micah lets me write these encouraging notes for the teachers. So I'm just going to say, it does not matter what your talents are, what you think you can do. Your time is valuable. I would also just add that if you're one of those people that you're kind of like, I have no time, I'm busy, and that's definitely all of us, we will take your money and we will be your time. So always donate. We can just add that in there. But we, there's a lot of ways to serve in different ways, and so this is a great ministry to be a part of.
Well, I'm just so honored to be in service with you three, and thank you for being here today. I thank you for your service and to all the volunteers. This is just a small sample of a large group, a large team who serves at Beachside, and we would love to have you join us.